Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Since Valentine's Day is coming up, I'm going to make some red velvet cupcakes and some cream cheese frosting with pecans in them. And I'm going to use the store-bought cake mix. It's just easier for me. You can make them by scratch. There's some great recipes out there, but just for today, I'm just going to use this box. And we're going to make some homemade cream cheese frosting. So let's get started. Alright, I'm getting ready to mix up my cake mix. And I just want to show you, I'm going to make some cupcakes and a single layer cake. And then I have a couple of these little heart tins. These are non-stick pans, so I sprayed them with some cooking spray. This pan is not, so I lightly greased it and put some flour in it, and then I'm going to make some cupcakes. So I'm going to mix my batter up and then I'll be right back. Also, I have my cream cheese and my stick butter setting out to get to room temperature to soften. Alright, I have my cake mix mixed up, so I'm just going to fill my little pans here. I'm just doing a bunch of little fun designs. I'm going to decorate them up and everything. So we're just going to have some fun with this today. I don't want to fill this little pan up too full. I knew a cake decorator that worked professionally for several years. And she stopped to pursue another career, but she still made cakes on the side. And I asked her what kind of cake batter did she use. And she's like, just cake mix. And I'm like, you don't make your own? She said, cake mix. It's a whole lot easier. So after that, I didn't feel bad by using cake mixes. But sometimes I do like to make my own batter. It's fun. So I'm going to fill my little pans up, and then I'll be back. I want to show you a little tip that I do in my cake pans once I get the batter in. I don't go all the way to the bottom, but I just kind of move the middle out, because you know it'll cook up with like a dome top. This kind of helps that not to be so high sometimes. Alright, I have everything filled. Now I'm just going to bake them according to the package directions, or until a toothpick or a cake tester is inserted and it comes out clean. While my cakes are baking, I'm going to put some pecans in half of my frosting. So I've just took some whole pecans, about a cup of them. I'm just going to chop them. And then I can set those aside and use them when I get ready for them. My cupcakes and my two little heart cakes are done. I inserted a toothpick in the middle and they came out clean. So I let them set in the pan for just a couple of minutes and then removed them to a rack to completely cool. Look how big and puffed up my heart's got. So I'm going to have to trim some of that off. In my stand mixer with the paddle attachment, I already have my 8 ounces of cream cheese that was softened. It done came to room temperature. And I already have another recipe on my channel for cream cheese, so I'll just quickly go over this. But I'm also going to use 2 sticks of butter. Now I keep my stick butter in the freezer. I have had it sitting out, but it's not all the way thawed. Now, like in this recipe, you know, you got to use softened butter. You don't want melted butter, because then it'll be all greasy. So if it hasn't gotten softened, sitting on the counter, what I'm going to do is put 1 stick at a time in the microwave, just for like 10 seconds at a time at half power. And then the parts of it that get softened, then I'll put in my mixer bowl and continue. So I'll be right back. Alright, I have my butter and my cream cheese in my mixer with the paddle attachment, or you can use a handheld mixer. And I'm going to beat the butter and the cream cheese real good till it becomes nice and creamy. Now I'm going to scrape down the sides of the bowl and continue to mix it together. You want this real nice and creamy. Now I'm going to take my powdered sugar 1 cup at a time and add it in and make sure that it gets well incorporated before I add the next cup. So I'm going to start it off on low so it don't go everywhere. I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons. Alright, see how it's kind of just running off the spoon? I don't want it to run off of the cakes, so I'll add almost another cup. I know that's like a lot. It'll be alright. Now that's better. So I'm going to scrape down the sides of my bowl. And I'm going to let this all mix together for several minutes. Let it get good and mixed. Then I'll be back. Alright, now I'm going to take most of this out to frost my cupcakes and my little cake and all with. And then I'm going to mix my nuts in with this. So I'll be back. Alright, I have half of the mixture into this bowl. I'm going to stir in my chopped pecans in it. And then with this, I'm going to attempt to pipe it. So I want it to be a little bit more stiff. So I'm going to add some more powdered sugar to it. So I'm going to put this in a little bowl and stick it in the refrigerator for just a little bit while I get my others frosted, and then we'll attempt to pipe some. So I'll be back. Alright, for my little heart cakes, the big old top that was on it, I just cut it off level. My daughter's eating the excess. Just have it in a little plate. And this is the frosting with the pecans in it. If you don't want pecans in it, you don't have to add it. Make sure you get a lot on there because it's going to stick and the crumbs will come up in your frosting. And then you can lightly scrape off the excess, but bless you. But once I put this layer on, squeeze it down. And if you don't want to make this much frosting, just cut the recipe in half. Just use 4 ounces of cream cheese and 4 ounces of butter. Or you can use 8 ounces of cream cheese and just 1 stick of butter, which is 4 ounces. And with it being, it's a very muggy day here today, I would keep this, since it has cream cheese in it, in the refrigerator. So I store it in a real cool place, but mine are going in the refrigerator because I don't want them to the frosting to melt. So I'm going to get this and the cupcakes frosted, and then I'll be back. Alright, I was going to do some pretty piping, but it is just too warm in this house today. And normally when I do like roses and stuff, I usually go to like a craft store and they have the decorator's icing that's real thick. So thought I'd just try something different. So if you do make this whole recipe, you will have too much. So just cut the recipe in half because I was going to use the other half to decorate. Put what you have left over in a airtight container and keep it in your refrigerator. I don't know how long it'll last, maybe up to a week or 2. So I promise you, I do know how to pipe, but I thought I had some freezer bags, but we don't. And those little sandwich bags just kept busting. It's so hot in here, and I just got aggravated. and my battery kept dying on my camera. So I have the cupcakes and all in the refrigerator. Here's my cake. No leaves or nothing, but it'll be fine. So I hope you enjoy.